What's up, gamers of YouTube? It's your boy, the Universal Gamer. Welcome to another episode of Gamers Tube Cast for that ass. I know it's been a long time ever since I put up a Gamers Tube Cast episode. I know you guys been waiting. You know, I got a decent sized fan base for these episodes, and I said it before. I want to start putting these up on a regular basis. I always be talking about it, but I need to be about it. But you know, your boy be busy working, tired and stuff like that. And YouTube, when it comes to gaming, just has too much traffic to where it's like being a gamer on YouTube and stuff. It's hard to be, you know, big and have a big audience that watches you when it comes to, you know, gaming, because there's just so many people doing it. But anyways, with that said, I got a huge Gamers Tubecast episode for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the things I talk about as far as the things I think about when it comes to certain gaming news and gaming stuff that been circling the web and stuff like that. So with that said, let's go ahead and get it started with this episode. Segment number 1. Gaming news. PS4 4.5 aka PS 4K, PlayStation 4K, everybody naming it different stuff. I know you guys been waiting for me to talk about this, what I think about the new PlayStation 4. First and foremost, it makes me want to rethink getting that Uncharted 4 PS4, which I'm getting next month when it first comes out. You know, I'm a huge Uncharted fan, and I got something special, you know, coming up too, as far as, you know, Uncharted 4. I'll talk about that inside my outro. Actually, let me type that down, because that's one thing I forgot to type down inside my outro segment. So I've been really thinking, should I get the PlayStation 4.5 or should I go ahead and get the PlayStation Uncharted 4 bundle? The PlayStation 4.5, aka PlayStation 4K, should be around the same price as the PlayStation 4 when it first came out. And of course, as you can see from the name, it's going to support 4K output. Just as a side note, it's not going to be native 4K. PCs have a hard time running native 4K, and there's a PC graphics card. My graphics card costs as much as a PS4. So just the graphics card alone, not even counting the processor and the RAM. So a PlayStation that's around $400 or $500 is not going to be able to output 4K. So forget what they're trying to tell you, because it's not going to output native 4K. It's going to be able to upscale it better on 4K TVs, and it's going to have better specs as far as games. From what people were saying, and from what I know so far, the PlayStation 4, the regular PlayStation 4 games, they're still going to look good like all the other games that have been coming out for PlayStation 4. But the 4.5 games the 4.5 is going to allow more bandwidth, more RAM, a little bit more processing power, so they're going to be able to make the games look a tad bit better. And this PlayStation is going to be required to run PlayStation VR. They didn't announce that part. I know they're going to announce that at E3. Just your boy, the Universal Gamer. It's common sense. People got to upgrade their PCs right now at this moment, because I got a $2,000 PC, which I've been upgrading over the years. That's why it came up to $2,000 so far. And even with that hardware that I got, I still got to upgrade my PC just to run VR. Even though PlayStation VR is going to be more on the downscaled side compared to the PC versions of VR, because PC versions look super good. PlayStation is going to be more downscaled, but even with that, you're still going to need a more powerful console than the PlayStation 4 itself. So that's what the 4.5 is for 4K and for PlayStation VR. And you're going to need the Move controllers, which I think is hella amazing that Sony doesn't have to make new peripherals, new hardware for VR. They can just go ahead and resell all their PlayStation Move and navigation controllers right there. So they don't have to come out with no more hardware. They already got the motion controller already, which is real good and underrated. Speaking of systems, Nintendo, what they named it, Nintendo NX console coming out. Since VR is the hype right now, I think, you know, common sense is telling me, whispering in my ear, Universal Gamer is VR. So I'm thinking that's gonna be VR. You know, it's gonna be some kind of VR console, downscale compared to all the other VR devices. Even the PlayStation device is gonna be a little bit downscaled if it is VR, because you know Nintendo's console isn't that strong to run VR. But they might do the Sony route and come out with, you know, a VR console that's a little bit stronger than a Wii U. And another rumor circulated where Sony and Nintendo might come out with a console together, like they was going to do from a while ago, but they ended up splitting up and doing their own console a long time ago back in the days. But I doubt that rumor is true. But as far as the new console, I think it's going to be a console. It's going to either it's going to be VR that works with the Wii U, or it's going to be a new console that allows for VR with the Wii U. So, and that name is so damn Wii U. Like, come on now, I still can't believe that damn name. time for me to spit some mother-loving game on that ass, baby. First thing I want to spit game about is VR. You know, are you talking about VR? VR is the talk of the town, and I'm here to spit game about VR after you just got done talking about inside my gaming news segmento. That's not segment in Spanish, for the record. I just like to say that. I tried it at Comic-Con. It wasn't a gameplay. I tried the HTC little phone demo, and I was gonna wait in line for the Oculus Rift, but I heard the wait was like 3 to 4 hours. No. But last year at Comic-Con, I tried VR, and it's the truth. Even the more simplified one with the phone and where you can look around and stuff. I was inside the little wheelchair, and you know, you sit down in the wheelchair. I'm popping some footage up on the green screen, but I was in a wheelchair, and like in a video, they're pushing you inside a wheelchair, and all these little ghosts and monsters are popping up out of nowhere, and you end up going through this mental asylum, and like, just to be able to look around, it's crazy. The screen didn't look super crisp because it was a phone right next to your face, but at the same time, it was freaking amazing experience. It's the truth. It feels like you're in there. Even with like I said, the low quality of the phone, it still felt like I was inside of the video. Like, so imagine HD resolution, especially with the Oculus Rift. There's real good high resolution output to your eyes on those screens and stuff like that. Those high res screens. Those reactions that people be having when they be playing horror games on YouTube and stuff with those VR headsets on, it's the truth, man. It feels like you're literally in there. So what I'm saying is, my whole point, like people have been saying, IGN, everybody on YouTube that has tried the VR been saying, it's one of those things where you gotta actually try it. They gotta put these out in GameStop. They gotta put these out in different places all over, because all it takes is for you to just try it, and then after that you're hooked. It's the truth. If you just think about, should I buy a VR headset or should I get into VR gaming, you're gonna choose, more than likely people are gonna choose no. But if you actually try it, that's when you realize it's the truth. You gotta try it. Just got done talking about this, but I want to talk about it more in detail. Uncharted 4 PS4 and Uncharted 4. At first, see, I'm confused, because at first they advertised that it was coming out this month, April, I think around the 28th. And also what they also advertised with that commercial, they advertised and on Amazon. I looked at it on Amazon, added it to my cart, ordered it and everything, and it was supposed to come with a 1 terabyte hard drive. Now fast forward about 2 weeks from that date that I seen the advertisement, and everybody else that done seen it, 500 gigabyte hard drive instead of a 1 terabyte, and comes out on the 10th of May. It kind of made it feel like it's kind of not worth it. It still is worth it as far as money is concerned, because if you go out and go buy PS4 right now, it's going to cost you $350, and if you go and buy Uncharted 4, it's going to cost you $60, and then after tax and all that, well, before tax, that's $410 versus $399 and stuff like that for the whole bundle. So you save $10, might as well say. And you also get the unique artwork, which ain't super spectacular, but it's unique to be an Uncharted fan. If you're a fan, you like to collect Uncharted stuff and you love Uncharted, then I mean the artwork is worth it too. So you're not really paying any extra money that you would have been paying if you would have brought everything separately. So that's what still make it an okay deal to go ahead and buy it if you haven't got one yet. But if you already got a PS4, no point in you buying it. Go ahead and buy Uncharted. If it came with a 1 terabyte hard drive, you want to upgrade anyways. And people main thing they've been saying, oh, you can upgrade your hard drive yourself anyways. But I wanted the system to come with it, because when I get my system, I don't want to have to worry about buying another hard drive. I want to have that 1 terabyte hard drive right then and there, stuff like that. But since I got to upgrade, I might end up upgrading to like a 5 terabyte. Next thing I want to spit game about is No Man's Sky. I added this inside my Gamers Tube cast at the last minute. I forgot all about talking about this game inside my Gamers Tube cast and things of that nature. No Man's Sky. I've been hating when I've been watching YouTube videos seeing that the developers playing the game. And then when they did let somebody else play the game, they over there like just on the sideline telling them to do this and do that. No, I want to actually see somebody play the game for themselves without the developers in there talking about this and that. Like, it just feels like it feel like it's a commercial. I want to actually see someone playing the game. It don't matter who it is, whether it's you. I just want to see somebody impressions playing the game besides a professional gaming whatever. Besides IGN and game trailers and developers playing the game, I want to see a regular consumer playing the game before it comes out and stuff like that. And to me, from what I've been seeing, the more and more I see it, the more and more I realize it's a gimmick. They're saying it's unlimited exploration, unlimited planets, it's over 1 trillion planets and stuff like that. It's a gimmick, you know. It's a random dice roll system they have inside there. First, it was blowing my mind, but it's a random thing, you know. It's not something where it's a set galaxy and everybody sees the same galaxy. No, I see something different. You see something different. Whenever we discover stuff, I think I know the game's gonna have some kind of multiplayer aspect to it and stuff, and some kind of way you can share stuff with friends and stuff like that. But what I think is everybody got their own world, and when you find creatures, you're not gonna see that somebody else found that same creature, because those creatures only exist inside your, like, your game may have the same creatures and stuff on the planets as somebody else's, but I think that if you name it something, it's not going to show that somebody else named that creature. I think that everything that you discover is going to be you discovering everything. And when it comes to online play, they're going to do something else with that. And I think each planet is like the size of a Minecraft world. And somehow they got it implemented to where they have to have it this way, to where it loads only one planet. Like when you own a planet, that's the only planet that the game is rendering. You know, it's rendering everything that you can see and stuff like that, because the game can't render everything, you know, because it's so much inside No Man's Sky. And it's been blowing my mind. This dude was blowing holes through the ground and coming back up, and he was walking way far off in the distance. I was like, this is a gimmick. Ain't nowhere in the road. He's talking about it's a full planet, but this dude was walking for miles and miles, and then came back to the same location that he was blowing holes in, and it's crazy, you know. I'm just blowing my mind that you can spend hours on that one planet doing stuff. I'm also trying to wonder how they're going to do single player mode. Like, is it just an exploration game? Is it going to be missions? Because me, I'm a mission driven person. I'm a story driven person. I'm not the kind of person where I can just sit, you know, on a game and just look at stuff. You know, I get boring after a while. If it's a lot of exploration and discoveries, then yeah. And you know, as far as building weapons and upgrading weapons like they started talking about, then yeah. But if there's some unique missions and different things you got to do, then I'm looking forward to that too. Segment number 3, step your mother-loving game up. And since I haven't been on my Gamers Tubecast in a while, it's a lot of games I stepped up to, a lot of games I recently picked up and stuff like that. First game is Lost Planet 2 on PC. I already played the hell out of that on Xbox 360 when it first came out, years and years and years ago, way back in the days. Picked it up on PC recently and played a little bit of it. Of course, it's gonna run better on PC. Been playing it on my projector and stuff like that, which lets down in front of my green screen. I'm start doing more projector gameplay. Have my camera set up to where I can capture some projector gameplay, because a lot of people have been liking when I've been doing that. I see a couple of my videos I put up recently got about 300 and something views. So a lot of people like to see how games look on a projector, even though you really can't really see how it looks through a camera and through YouTube and stuff like that with the compression. But people, just the whole thought, because that's what made me buy a projector, by watching people's videos on YouTube and stuff like that, and seeing how clear, if it looks clear on YouTube, then it gotta look clear in person. So, you know, also Shadow of Mordor for PC. Serious Sam collection, a whole complete collection on PC. Got that for a good deal on a Steam sale. Wolfenstein: The New Order, you know, got that for PC a while back. Haven't played it yet. All these games I haven't played yet. Well, you'll see the games I've been playing recently when I get to that segment. Dark Souls 2 PC, got that for $20 on from Amazon.com. You know, the whole complete collector's edition. I put up unboxing video recently about that. You know, I know I'm late I know I'm late, damn it, you know, but I do love the Souls games. I played Demon Souls on PS3 about a couple of times. I loved that game when it first came out. It was something unique that I never played before in my life. And then Dark Souls came out, played that on 360, loved the hell out of it and stuff like that. I beat like about 40% of it by myself on 360. No, actually 30% of it by myself on 360. I ain't going in front. But then when I played it again on PC, you know, I beat it by myself, about 90% by myself and stuff like that, with all the bosses and everything. And Sound Shapes, also picked that up for PS Vita. So it's like segment number 4, finish him. I'm gonna let you guys know the games I finished recently, and those games are Binary Domain. I wanted to make a separate video for this game, talking about this game, because this game is so underrated. When I first played the demo a long time ago, I felt like it was okay, but I just took it as it's just another shooter, you know, another shooter. It might do some things unique, but after like an hour, it's gonna get boring. So I never picked it up, you know, until like a little while ago on a Steam sale. Got it for like $5 or $10, somewhere around there. It is an amazing game with great voice acting, good story, and decent gameplay. You know, I love that I went into the game skeptical. I went to the game like, okay, this is gonna be another cool shooter. I'm just gonna go ahead and pop this in and beat this game real quick, so I can add this to the list of games I've completed and stuff like that, and have a new gaming experience. And you know, I played it, the more and more I played it, the more and more I got into the characters, and it's a twist at the end that had me like, I forgot that I was playing a game. That's how good the voice acting and the story was. Like, it's been a long time since I have been able to say that a shooter has a very, very good story inside of it. And this is a full-fledged up and down shooter with a little bit of RPG elements to it, leveling up and stuff like that. But it's a straight up and down shooter, third-person shooter, and it's a straight up shooter, but it has an amazing story, like especially towards the end and stuff like that. A decent length of game. The game is a decent length and stuff like that. Sometimes you get confused of what's going on as far as the story, but just the way the story, it's a good game, man. Like, if you never played Binary Domain, you got nothing to lose. The game isn't expensive at all. Even if you get it for $20, it's worth every penny. It is an amazing game. Like, I love that game. I don't understand it. Like, I don't understand why this game didn't get enough praise to where a lot of people realized that how good this game was. Like, if you look at a review right now, people might say that it was okay, but it was a good game. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I would never lie to you guys. If you just get this game a try, you know, it was amazing. Like, at a point, I felt like I should have done a playthrough of this game. That's how good it was. I'm like, man, and especially the end, like towards the end, it was deep. Like, I'm like, damn, I wish, one thing I do wish that it had was decision making, like inside Mass Effect, where you can make different decisions. Now you can, it does have a little voice thing where you can command your characters. I didn't use that. I just used a controller to do the different commands and stuff. You can make certain people mad and they won't answer your commands, and it shows how much relationship you built with each person and stuff like that. You can flirt with, you know, the female characters and, you know, little things like that. And all I gotta say is a good game. That's all I'm gonna say. Next game I finished was Shadow of Mordor, which was a game that surprised people of how good it was and stuff like that. And I finally picked it up, finally played the hell out of it, was playing it nonstop. And it's a real good game. I like that game too. I really was having fun with this game. It started getting repetitive though after a little while. Keep on doing the same, you know, stuff, you know, fighting the different chiefs and stuff. But, you know, it took a while for it to get repetitive. Like, that was the main part of the game that was like really interesting, going around fighting different chiefs and, you know, and getting different items that they drop and just going around. It was more open than I thought too. Like, I didn't expect that game to be that open. I thought it was like a mission based. Like, you go to one mission, you go inside this little area and you do this, you do that, and you go to the next mission. No, the whole thing is open. It's an open world. You can do what the hell you want to do. You can go around killing the different orcs and stuff like that. You can and leveling up your character was amazing. It wasn't like one of those games where you unlock an ability and then you really don't notice that in particular ability. Like, no, this game, when you unlock something new that you can do, it changed the whole gameplay around, you know. So that was a super good game too. And I beat both of those games on PC. Beat Binary Domain on hard difficulty and stuff like that, which I recommend you play it on hard difficulty because you really get more out of the game. You know, with Binary Domain 2, it really feel like you're surviving against these robots, so you play it on hard difficulty. Segment number 5, get gaming. And you guys know the games I've been playing recently. Besides the games I beat, these are the games I've been playing on top of that. And those games are Hard Reset for PC. Had this game for a very long time, finally played it. I'm far within the game, almost about to complete that game. Very good game, very fun game, fast-paced shooter, old school style shooter, real good. Kind of starting getting repetitive. It's very freaking hard too. That game is hard, started pissing me off on certain parts. You know, being cheap enemies popping up out of nowhere, and like you just gotta have you on your toes inside that game. Far Cry, the original Far Cry game, the first one that came out on PC. Took me a little moment to get into that. You know, these newer games got better animation, better graphics, better gameplay. Somewhat better stories. Still, some games these days don't have better story than other games, but Far Cry, it may take you a while to get into it because it's kind of old, you know, but once you get into it, that game is good. Like, that's another game that took me forever to play, but I had to play this game before I get on Far Cry 4, which I do own. Haven't played it yet, but been owning it for like 3 months already, 3 or 4 months. But Far Cry 1 is an amazing game. I beat Far Cry 2, I beat Far Cry 3 in that order. Far Cry 2 took me forever to beat. Then I hopped on Far Cry 1, but then after that, I'm gonna get on Far Cry 4 finally. Dark Souls 2. Now, It's another game I want to talk about. I really want to talk about inside a separate video, even though it's old because Dark Souls 3 is out and I'm behind by one game. But a lot of people said this game you shouldn't even count Dark Souls 2 because it's a little bit too easy. What I think is the game isn't too easy. The start of the difficulty of the overall start of the difficulty is too easy. Like it's more simplified. Like inside Demon Souls, it was a little bit harder than Dark Souls 2, and inside Dark Souls 1, the difficulty was just ridiculously dumb. Like the start of the difficulty was just kicking your ass until you leveled up, find unique weapons and level the weapons up and stuff like that. Then the game start becoming more doable. And with Dark Souls 2, just from the start, it was like it wasn't that crushing difficult. It's still hard for regular gamers, for a gamer that just like the game, but for a hardcore gamer like myself, I got inside there. I didn't die for like a good like three hours. You know, after like 3 or 4 hours was my first time dying. I actually thought I wasn't gonna ever die inside the game. That's how much I was like actually able to play it. You know, it basically made that game hard enough to where it gives a challenge to hardcore gamers, but then doable, like playable enough to where if a gamer don't play games like that all the time, then they can still get into the Souls game. You know, but still, even with Dark Souls 2, people that be like regular gamers that don't play those type of games, they still was complaining about like, nah, Dark Souls 2, their game is too hard. But Dark Souls 2, I've been playing the living hell out of it. Been playing it all on my projector. Look amazing on the projector. Looks a little bit more crisp on the TV. I ain't gonna front, but on the projector, just right there in front of your face, big ass screen, man. All these monsters coming after you, and you're inside the dark, and your headphones with the bass inside on the projector. Oh man, come on. So Dark Souls 2, man, that game is long. I would give it that. Like, I'm gonna pop it up on screen, but you see these souls? These are the souls from bosses I beat. Like, I never use those souls to, to buy things. You know, I try and save them for as long as I can, so I can upgrade weapons with them, or just in case I need it as an emergency, so I can gain souls from it to buy something or something like that in an emergency. But as you can see, all these souls, about like 15, I fought like 18. Like 15 to 18 bosses so far inside the game, and I am inside the last area of the game. So I am at the castle. I think that's the last area, which I'm pretty sure it is. And one thing I really love about the Souls games, which I heard wasn't inside Dark Souls 3, it better be in some kind of way, shape, form, or fashion. Because the main thing I loved about the Souls games is how every area connected to each other. So there's a lot of backtracking inside the Souls games. Because sometimes, when you go into an area, you go through, you fight the enemies, you try to survive your ass off, and you fight a boss. And then there's areas that you didn't even find before that you need to go back to because you need to discover more. Once you get stronger, you go back to those areas, find little hidden stuff, find little keys to unlock doors that you couldn't get to at first. And you have these shortcuts that you can go to instead of fighting all these enemies all over again. One of the ways that they reward you for fighting through this tough area and getting through this areas with weapons, is with spells and little hidden items and keys, and by giving you a shortcut. So when you go back and back travel, you're not fighting through the same stupid stuff no more. You got this little shortcut you can go through now. So that's what I loved about the Souls games, and this game has a lot of that. There's a lot of boss fights inside this game. I think it has the amount of boss fights inside Dark Souls and Demon Souls put together. I don't know about Dark Souls 3, I haven't played it yet, but as far as Dark Souls 1 and Demon Souls, I think it has the boss fights, all those boss fights combined is inside Dark Souls 2. That's how many boss fights are inside that game. I've been beating the game mostly by myself. I say about 70% by myself. There's like 5 boss fights or 6 boss fights I had to get help with. And out of those 6, there's like 4 of them that I don't see how the hell I would have beat by myself. Like, I don't give a damn how strong my character was. There was no damn way. Like, hell no. But then there's some where I thought I was about to be dead. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm dead. I should have waited till I found a little a summon message on the ground or whatever. I'm dead. Ain't nowhere in the world I'm about to beat these damn dudes. Like, inside the castle, the first boss fight, because I guess there's multiple boss fights because I fought already one boss already. So inside the castle, or 2 bosses inside one boss fight. And so inside the castle, there's a dude with a long stick with a little axe thing at the end of it, and you're fighting him on the ground while there's the other dude that's like his twin or something shooting at you with a heavy crossbow from up top. So you gotta fight and dodge this dude with this long heavy ass thing, big ass dude, At the same time, you're getting hit with arrows on your back. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm dead. But he ended up, when I was kicking that dude's ass on the ground, barely, he ended up hopping his ass down. So I had to dodge both of them. And inside Dark Souls, what I really love is that your stamina plays a big part. When you're blocking, it use your stamina. When you're running, it use your stamina. When you roll, it use your stamina. When you attack, you use your stamina. Even when you use a crossbow, you use your stamina. So it's like playing a chess game and a checker game at the same time. You got to use your movement wisely, you know. So that's why I tell people be trying to say other games take a lot of skills, and you know, World of Warcraft takes skills. I was talking to this one player, one gamer talking about World of Warcraft, it takes more skill than Dark Souls. You stupid. I'm just gonna say that. Hell no. Next game, like I said, been playing Lost Planet 2. Next, NBA 2K14, Xbox One, Suikoden on PS Vita. Barely got into that. Like I had that game. I brought that game a long time ago. PlayStation Classics on. I brought it on my PS Vita, and you know, I put up a little quick video on YouTube, which did very successful. I just was talking about the game and stuff like that. Never played it on the PS1, never heard about it until I watched the video on YouTube and they was talking about it. Like I just ran into a random video and people was talking about, this game's one of the best RPGs ever. So I started looking into it, and then they came out with it on the PlayStation Store. I was thinking about buying it. That's how much I was convinced that I really want to play it. And I was gonna buy it. I was gonna go ahead and buy it for like a little bit over $100 used, but or was it, I think it was like 80 or 90 bucks used. And they came out with it on the PlayStation Store, so I've been playing on my PS Vita. Well, I just barely started playing it on my PS Vita. Not really heavy, but just, barely getting into it, and I might play it a little bit tonight. Next segment, gaming top 5. Haven't had this inside my Gamers Tubecast in a long time. Decided to go ahead and bring it back. Actually, I'm going to be doing something special with this. Anyways, I'm going to get to that to my outro segment. Anyways, the top 5 games I would really love to see a HD remastered to. And at number 5, getting started right off the bat, is Onimusha HD Collection for the PS4. Bring this up inside a lot of my gaming videos, how much I love the Onimusha franchise. The games only came out on PlayStation 2. I thought for sure at E3 somewhere when the PlayStation 3 was out that they was going to announce a new Onimusha game, but they never did. Or at least Onimusha Remastered HD. They never did. I don't know what the hell Capcom is doing. I don't know what they did with that license. If I was kind of rich, I would actually buy the license to Onimusha and hire the development team to freaking make the Onimusha 4. Because those games are freaking amazing. If you got a PS2, you don't got the Onimusha inside your collection, I don't know what the hell you're doing. I honest to God don't know what the hell you're doing. It's the best like samurai sword game. It's like Ninja Gaiden, but you're a samurai, and it's like the story is so amazing. The gameplay, the puzzles inside the game, the pacing of the game. I haven't played a game like that in such a long time that has so much perfect pacing. The combat, it's an old PS2. It don't feel old. If they put that remastered in HD, that game would feel like it just came out. That's how good those games are. Those games are really. Look at the cutscenes inside those games from the PS2. It don't even look like it's a damn PS2 game. It looks like it's like a PS3 game or something like that. Those games look good, even on the PS2 for its time. So imagine it remastered in HD. It'll do a good job remastering. The remastering process would go by well with those games. The backgrounds are pre-rendered backgrounds and stuff like that, but they're real good. Next game, which is my favorite horror game franchise of all time. Scared the hell out of me. Probably one of the only games in the world that had me like actually scared me to where I'm like kind of freaked out, and that is Fatal Frame HD Collection. They should have come out with that. I don't know what the hell they waiting for. They got some of the Fatal Frame games. Fatal Frame 2 I seen on the PlayStation Store, but it's not remastered. It's just for you able to play it on the PlayStation 3, which is pretty cool. But I own the games on PS2, so I got the hard copies. I got the original games. If you got a PS2, you don't got those games. I don't know what the hell you're doing. I found all these games in store at GameStop barely. Fatal Frame 3, it took me a while to find it, and then when I did find it, it was like $40 used. So got it. They should come out with an HD collection. I only beat Fatal Frame 2. Barely paid Fatal Frame 1. And because I had brought Fatal Frame 2 first, and then I brought 3, and I finally found 1, the first game. And Fatal Frame 3, played a lot of that, but I got stuck. So I'm stuck inside. Those games, you get stuck. That's the only downfall. You get stuck inside those games. Keep walking around in circles because you don't know where the hell to go. That's the only downfall to those games. But other than that, some of the scariest damn games you can play in your damn life. Third game. Bet a lot of people didn't think about this one. Resistance HD remastered on PS4. Imagine that. Resistance is an underrated game. A lot of people loved it though, but it still was underrated, especially the third game. I didn't like how the third game looked. You tell that the PS3 was, showing its life, showing that it's getting old, because those graphics on the Resistance 3 didn't look too well. But they remastered that in HD. Man, oh my god! Like, out of all these, that should have been actually more closer to number one. Actually, to be honest with you, because Resistance was those games are real good. Resistance 1 was supposed to be a launch game for the PS3, but it ended up coming out about a year later, I believe, and it was good for its time. Multiplayer was real good for its time too, especially Resistance 2, survival mode. Me and my brother used to play that. It was so damn fun. I wish that Resistance 3. No, Resistance 2 survival mode, and it was real hard, but we used to always have fun with it and stuff like that. So Resistance 2 Resistance Remastered Collection, PS4, what's going on? So put out a Resistance HD collection and then come out with Resistance 4. Come on now. At number 2, Burnout HD collection. Love the Burnout games. My favorite one is Burnout 3. And then what's the other Burnout that came out? It was another one, Burnout Takedown, I think it was, or something like that. I don't know. But Burnout 3 is my favorite one. I think it should come out with a Burnout HD collection. Those games was on PS2. I think they had one on PS1, if I'm not mistaken. But I think they're all on PS2. So, besides, the Burnout Paradise, I don't count that one. Like, I didn't like that game. It was so different. It was not even a Burnout game. It was trying to be Need for Speed and all kind of other games put into a Burnout name, but it wasn't Burnout. Everybody know what Burnout is. If you ever play Burnout, you know how Burnout is. You know a Burnout game when you see one. And at number 1, I put this at number 1 because I'm a huge fan of these games, even though I only beat one of them, but I own about 6 of them, and that is Armored Core HD Collection. They should have an HD remastered of all the games on PS2, even the first one on PS1. HD remastered HD collection, or at least Armored Core 2, 3, and 4 remastered in HD. But there's a lot of Armored Core games and stuff, and like I said, I got about 6 of them, 5 or 6 of them, even the first one on PS1. So come out with that remastered in HD, and I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be dope. It'll be dope. So thank you guys for joining me for this Gamers Tube cast. Inside this outro segment, I got a few things to talk to you guys about. First thing, I was thinking about making a new YouTube channel. Maybe call it M. Lee Gaming, because everybody know me as M. Lee Films and stuff like that when it comes to my film stuff. Even though my hobby channel is called the Hobby Collector, I'm never gonna change that name. Maybe because that name is that name is attached to my business cards and all kind of other stuff. But I'm about to get some more cards made anyways. I'm running out, but I might rename my hobby channel and either rename my gaming channel, even though I just recently changed it like about 5 months ago to the Universal Gamer, which I do like that name. But I want to, I've been noticing a trend for on YouTube for YouTubers. They keep all their names attached. Like they got one of their channels named this, and then they got their gaming channel named that same channel, but then gaming added to the end of it. You know what I'm saying? So let's say you do videos showing drones. So your name is probably Sky Drone 25, and then Sky Drone 25 Gaming or whatever, which probably your second channel or something like that. So that's what I mean. So I don't know if I'm gonna do that. Then another thing, I just kind of want to start fresh with my gaming videos. Everybody that's been subscribing to me, I got over 2,000 subscribers, which isn't that much, but it's a lot to me. I'm appreciative of what I got. But then again, I get subscribers almost every day, but then it's not from videos that's current. It's from old videos. And how I know it's from old videos is because I haven't put up a video in a long time, but I'm getting subscribers. It's like they're from old videos. I'm still getting comments from videos a long time ago, comments that's just piling up on top of each other from old videos, like from years ago. I'm talking about 4 or 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago. It's like nobody watches my new stuff. Like they're not subscribing to me because of my new stuff. I want to start a new gaming channel kind of for like horror games, but then again I feel like that's kind of cheesy because it kind of might seem like I'm a rip off of PewDiePie. But for my real subscribers out there, knowing that horror games is my favorite game genre and my favorite movie genre, so it's like I've been doing the horror games a long time ago, but then I kind of want to make a channel separate dedicated to that, especially when I want to get into the Oculus Rift and start having people over here and having them inside the Oculus Rift, I don't want to add these new type of videos I want to start doing onto this channel, because this channel has already got so much different stuff going on. I kind of want to start fresh, and start with new subscribers, and start with new people, and just start new. I don't know if I want to do that. It's a lot of work. That's another channel added on to both my channels I already got already, so that's just more work. So I don't know if it's gonna be worth it, if I want to do that or not. And speaking of adding stuff to this channel, next thing I'm doing, I'm adding another series to this channel called Gaming Top 5. So like my top 5 segment, how I count down the top 5 HD remastered games I want to see. I love watching those videos on YouTube of countdowns. That's the new hotness of YouTube too. Top 10 countdowns, top 25 countdowns, top 5 countdowns, and stuff like that. A lot of people love those videos. I love those videos personally. And I got a lot of ideas for like top 5 game countdowns and stuff like that. And I already got stuff written down, so I want to start doing that. Just real quick, simple, on a green screen. Utilize my green screen a lot, because a lot of people don't got that or don't do it the way I do it. So when I be watching my Gamers Tube cast from a little while ago, I be realizing that my videos are actually booming if I really push it the way I should be pushing it, instead of putting up a Gamers Tube cast only once every month or once every 3 months. If I actually put these up all the time, and the way I do my green screen, especially when I do my top 5 countdown, regular consumers aren't doing their videos like that. They don't got the time and patience to do that, or they just don't got the crew, or they just don't got the resources to do it like that. So that's the only thing that separates me from most people. And I kind of already mentioned this, but I'm thinking about doing gameplays of horror games, just going back and playing all these little PC horror games and stuff like that I've been seeing people play, because I love horror games. Even if you guys already seen it before, a lot of people like to see me play it, because I kind of react to horror games different. I don't sit there and scream and yell. So that's why I used to always wonder, like, why do you guys want to, like, my fans used to always tell me, man, you should play this scary game, But why? Like, I don't get scared easily, but that's the point. That's why they want me to play it, because like they know if I get scared, or if I jump or be like, oh shit, or something like that, they know that it's real scary. Like, that's the thing. That's why they want me to see me play scary games, to see if I can handle it, or see if the game's good enough for me to scare me. So it took me a while to understand that. Like, why do you guys want me to play horror games and do live commentary? Like, I don't be yelling and screaming. Like, I actually love the scariness. Like I like that stuff. But like, and so now I figure that they just want me, they just like my reactions to it, something different, something new. Instead of a person screaming on screen and stuff like that, you got somebody kind of different, like, And last but not least, to top this whole big ass episode of Gamers Tubecast off, that's why I call it Gamers Tubecast, the podcast. It's a podcast for gamers that's on YouTube. Gamers Tubecast. But anyways, man, to top this whole Gamers Tubecast off, for Uncharted 4, I was gonna come up with a surprise. I feel like I kind of don't want to mention it right now, to be honest with you. But I'm coming with an Uncharted 4 rap. And somebody gave me, I'm popping his name up on screen, gave me the idea to do something like this. Not for this game, but like I was thinking about it, like, maybe I should start making rap videos for gaming and stuff like that, like rap songs for gaming and stuff like that. And the beat I'm using goes perfectly with this, goes perfectly with my lyrics I wrote and everything like that. And then not only am I doing a rap, I'm doing a music video on the green screen with gameplay behind me. And certain parts I'm gonna say within the rap is gonna show up on the green screen. And then, come on, man. If you want gamers on YouTube to watch you and be like, why should I subscribe to him? I got all these other gamers I'm subscribed to. You got to be different. You got to come with something unique. And being unique and being different and being creative these days on YouTube, when it comes to gaming at least, takes a lot of damn hard work, because other than that, you're just doing the same thing as everybody else is doing, just a different color, different voice, and that's about it. So why should I subscribe to you if you're doing the same thing somebody else is doing? So even though these gaming raps, I might do them for a lot of games that come out. I don't know for sure. It all depends on how this one goes. But doing stuff like that is hard work. Coming up with the rap, finding the beat, getting the gameplay, getting on the green screen, editing the video, chopping it together. It's a lot of hard work, but it's different. And hey, I gotta do something new for my subscribers that be watching. I've been on here for a while, so I like to keep it fresh, keep it going. And yeah, it's been your boy, the Universal Gamer. Thank you guys for watching the episode of Gamers Tubecast. Let me know when as different topics come up within the gaming, stuff like that. Let me know. Hit me up. I'm gonna make probably a gaming Twitter for gaming, or a Facebook fan page for gaming and stuff like that, so you guys can see what I'm up to when it comes to gaming, what games I'm playing. Pop up little gameplay on my Facebook fan page and stuff like that. And you guys can leave me comments down below like, hey, Universal Gamers, how's your next Gamers Tubecast? Talk about this, talk about that, talk about that, so I can compile all that stuff together for my fans and viewers. And then when I come up with my next Gamers Tubecast, I got stuff that you guys wanted me to add inside there, get my opinions on, plus stuff that I, want to talk about. So with that said, man, your boy Universal Gamer, thank you guys for watching. I'm out. Peace.